Hi. So in this session, we get to talk about the big five personality factors. And these are the factors that psychologists consider when they're looking at the emotional health of an individual. You have a test for the big five personality factors at the end of chapter 1, and that would be really great if you haven't taken it to pause right now and go take it so that what I talk about will mean even more to you because you'll know where you stand on these factors. So to introduce this to you, I have included a picture of myself with my husband, and we are at the top of one of my favorite runs at North Star at Tahoe, and that's Lake Tahoe in the background. And as you can see, we've got some good snow because there's still snow in the trees. And one of the things that my husband and I really love to do is ski. Okay, and that has to do with personality. I guess that's why I put it in here. Okay, so these are the qualities. Openness to experience. So you know some people that don't want to try new things, and then you know people that want to try new things all the time. Conscientiousness. How careful, how thoughtful, how observant are you and the people that you care about? Are you conscientious, meaning that you do a thorough job on things and you complete tasks as you're supposed to, things like that? Or are you not? Extroversion, being able to be outgoing, to be comfortable in social situations. Agreeableness, how pleasant are you to be around? And what's your emotional stability like? They used to call it neuroticism, but we've kind of phase that term out and we no longer use neurotic or neuroticism, but we would refer to emotional stability. Do you have dramatic mood swings or are you fairly emotionally stable and mature? So these are the five personality factors that psychology likes to discuss. So first, openness to experience. What do we really mean by that? Imaginative versus concrete. Okay, so the imaginative person says, what if, or how about we think about this? And the concrete person says, stick with reality. This is what's possible in reality. I don't like to do fantasy. I don't like to do what if kind of thinking. Preference for, oh, we need the whole thing. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm going to make a change in this. Okay, so my points weren't coming in quite right. So preference for variety versus routine. Okay, so this person likes to surprise themselves when they do things. This person likes a routine. So a great example of this is my parents. They're both gone now, but their names were, believe it or not, Earl and Verl. And my dad, Earl, liked routine. He liked to have certain foods on certain days. He liked to have, he'd wash the car on Saturday. He just really liked certain things to happen at certain times. Whereas my mom never liked to do the same thing twice. She liked to surprise herself when she was going to do things. So an example is my mom didn't have a specific day of the week that she liked to do the housework or wash the clothes or anything. She did them when they needed to be done, and she was excellent at both things, but she did them when she thought she had a load for the laundry or when the house looked like it needed to be vacuumed. And it was always once a week, but never just on Wednesdays. Okay, so my dad, Earl, liked to have hamburgers on Friday and pizza on Saturday. My mom did not want to do that. She was a very creative cook. She didn't like to cook the same thing twice. She didn't like to have to be tied down to a particular thing. But she cooperated with my dad by serving hamburgers on Friday night and pizza on Saturday night. But you never knew what kind of hamburger it was going to be or what kind of pizza it was going to be. We had a bun and some meat, and that was the only thing that was recognizable week to week. We would have sloppy joes, we would have hamburgers with teriyaki sauce and pineapple, we would have chili burgers, we'd have bacon burgers, guacamole burgers, you name it. And that satisfied my father's desire for routine and my mother's desire for variety. Some people are very traditional, some people are non-traditional. Imaginative preference for variety and actually non-traditional go together, whereas concrete, routine, and traditional go together. So the people who have less openness to experience would rather stick with traditions, with how things always have been done, versus the non-traditional people would like to invent their own new traditions. They would like to do things in an unusual way. They may dress differently. They are not non-conforming to the culture. They don't buy items of clothing with brand names on them because of the brand name. They would only buy it because they really like the way the item of clothing looks. So that's openness to experience. Being creative and appreciating beauty when you're open to experience is part of who you are, and being curious and being reflective. So pretty much for our culture, it is good or is considered to be successful and adaptive to be open to experience and have some imagination, enjoy variety, be non-traditional, creative, appreciating beauty, and being curious and reflective. So just pause now, maybe pause the video, and think about where you are on this dimension. Conscientiousness is next. Organized versus disorganized. Nobody was more organized than my dad. He was one of those kind of guys where he had that pegboard system out in the garage, and he had his tools all on hooks, and he had outlines drawn around each of the tools so you'd know exactly where to put it back. My mom was also super organized. Her spices were alphabetized and stuff, so she did not differ from him on that. Conscientiousness also involves being careful versus careless. So some people don't like to take chances, and they're very proactive about safety and thoughtfulness. And some people like, whatever, I'm sure it'll work out. These people go learn how to put the car seat in the car and buckle it in so their kid is really safe. This person might forget to even buckle it in. People are dependable versus not dependable, and you know exactly what that means. So conscientiousness includes industriousness, hardworking and self-discipline, and orderliness, being organized and preferring routines. Where are you on that dimension? Pause and think about it. Okay, extroversion. Talkative versus quiet. High energy versus low energy. Expressive versus reserved. So you know people that are talkative, have high energy, and are very expressive. You also know people that are quiet. Low energy might not be the best way to describe it, but they don't seem like they're very energetic. They're not like dragging, they're just not energetic. And they might be reserved. Now, different people are attracted to different people. You know, you might be attracted to somebody on this side, but you might be attracted to somebody on this side, and that's perfectly fine. And I included a picture of when I used to work at the Niners. This is down on the field with the great Keena Turner. If you guys haven't heard of Keena Turner, who was a Super Bowl five Super Bowl ring winner, really amazing guy. He's won every honor there is in football, and he was in charge of player engagement when I was there. If you don't know about him, ask your parents about him, because they're going to know who Keena Turner was. And so this is my son Brett, one of the twins. This is my other son Brad, the other twin. That's my husband. Extroversion includes enthusiasm, so being friendly and sociable, and also assertiveness, being effective in communicating your needs. So we talk about extroversion versus introversion. These people might not be totally introverted. They are just not as expressive and outgoing as these people. Okay, agreeableness. Soft-hearted versus ruthless. Oh my goodness. Trusting versus suspicious. Helpful versus uncooperative. So agreeableness includes being compassionate, caring, and empathetic, and being polite, being respectful. So you probably know some people that are soft-hearted versus the kinds that are ruthless, only looking out for themselves. They are number one. Their goal is to make themselves happy. You know, people who are maybe trusting, even too trusting, versus people who are suspicious. People that are really helpful versus uncooperative. But you might not see this uncooperative, suspicious, and ruthless part of a person when you first start dating, right? That might show up later. Oh, here we are at a University of Oregon football game where Brett was working on his MBA, and this is my daughter Brittany, and Brad and I all traveled up to see that game and hang out with Brett. So, fifth dimension, emotional stability, and it used to be called neuroticism. So you can be calm versus being anxious, secure versus insecure, self-satisfied versus self-pitying, have stable moods versus mood fluctuations, and neuroticism or emotional instability includes withdrawal, tending toward depression and anxiety, and also volatility, tending toward anger. Now, what I want to talk about is how these people might be attracted to these people and why. So, a calm, secure, self-satisfied person with stable moods might actually be attracted to an anxious, insecure, self-pitying person with mood fluctuations. Why? Why do you think that would be? Why would these guys be attracted to these guys? Right, because they think they can help them. They want to assure them, oh, you don't have any reason to worry. I'll take care of everything. Oh, don't be insecure. I think you're just great. Oh, don't feel bad. Other people have had bad situations too. You'll be fine. So this person over here is constantly trying to get this person to be calmer and feel happier. And once in a while, this person will say, oh, I love being with you. You make me feel so wonderful. I don't worry about things so much when I'm with you. And this person feels great about helping this person. The problem is, over time, these are core personality features of this person, and this is an inside job. This person over here can't do enough to make this person feel better. This person has to go to counseling and work on it for themselves. This person will eventually get pretty tired of this person always being worried, always being insecure, never feeling good about themselves. It finally wears this person down, and they typically want to stop being friends with or stop dating this person. And that will put this person into trauma. And that's when this person may say, if you break up with me, I'll kill myself. So we might have a chance to talk about that more in class.